What's going on, Ammonites? Yeah, gonna do a little bit of the breakdown on Netflix Strange Things. Okay, now there's a lot of things that's juicy and there's a lot of meat in it. There's so much, it'd be too much to decipher, but it's something I want to bring to your attention. That when they get to this point, this is season 1, episode 5, right? When they get to this point where they get to talking about where this gateway is, they're going to drop a lot of jewels, a lot of deep codes that I'm going to unscramble for you see. Now, the guy is going to ask her, which is her name is El. You see, El represents the Elohim of the El bloodline, where you get Angel Michael from, but her number that was given is 11. Now, 11 is significant to someone because it's coded. You see? You'll notice in my song I say 11 angels surround me and eat my words like brownies, with 11 candles shimmering and flickering from my countenance. You see? 11 is also when you take the EL from 11, you have El, which is her name. Alright? Now, catch the jewels, because they're going to tell you and encode to you to where this portal is. It would take a lot of energy to build a gate like this here. Ain't no sign, just caption. Right? Now let's listen. Let's turn this down all the way. Alright, check it out. Now, they're talking about this gateway and that it takes a lot of energy to build this gateway. Now, they're trying to figure out where this gateway is. And then he says, what we want to know is, do you know where the gate is? They throw the compasses on the table. Alright. Because Chubby Boy got an idea. You holding this compass, he was moving around in a circle. You see? Because the compass is encoding in something. Let me show you. See him moving around. Look. Dustin, what are you doing? Dustin gonna say, I need to see your compasses. Everybody throw their compasses on the table, and it's a book that say, the what? Listen. They gonna throw their compasses on the table. Look. The veil of shadows. Because they talking about a veil. They talking about the veil, and you're gonna see the code of 333 there. You know, you know. Young boy said, well, they're all facing north, right? Yeah, so he gonna say that's not true north. He say the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, right? Say the needle naturally drawn to the earth magnetic north pole.
Earth magnetic north pole.
Listen. So you're gonna break some science to him. This is important. This is gonna get deep. Alright, let's go. So what's wrong? He says you can change the direction of a compass with a magnet. If the powers are more powerful magnetic field, the needle deflects the power, he says. And then he remembered what was said in class. The gate would have so much power, it states here. If there's the presence of a more powerful magnetic field, the gate will have so much power. They could pretty much, what he's saying is change the magnetic field. Then it says, if we can follow the compass north, listen, they could have coded. Then he says they should lead us to the gate. So these kids is saying that going north, somewhere north, in the direction is where this gate and this portal is. Now, Hollywood and these people in power know where this gate is and this power is. They're going to code these signs. You're going to notice on Dustin, the little boy right there, he's going to have on a green sweater that's going to say Waupun, Wisconsin. And he's going to have a deer on the shirt. If there's the presence of a more powerful magnetic field, he's going to say, they should lead us to the gate. That it should lead them to the gate. They go to this girl. Now remember, they have this girl looking like a male, a little boy, and they also have her looking like a girl. That's because it's tapping into both sides of the hemisphere of the brain, the right and the left, to identify that this boy girl is the connection that one having the ability to connect to masculine and feminine, but also tapping into one powers and ability. You see, they realize and discover that people who go through, realize when people go through traumatic events, that it can trigger something inside of them. It can awaken their powers and abilities by stress, trauma, anger, fear, endorphins, emotions can awaken that. This happened to this girl while she was in prison, while she was locked up, while she was confined. Watch Stranger Things.
Now, something I want to break down, because you'll notice that in the series Stranger Things, how many of y'all paid attention that when Will was running away from whatever it is that spooked him, what property that he had ran towards? Remember, when he ran, he fell off the bike. Will ran towards a area that was a government area that you needed permission. So pretty much where Will and his mom stayed is a government facility type area. So ask yourself, what's going on with Will moms? What's going on with Will father that they allowed Will house and the parents to stay in that house as if they're part of some type of government program? They didn't say that. But how is it he was able to enter it and enter into there? They're living there. So what's going on with that? Things to think about in Stranger Things, that when 11 was explaining about will, and understand when you say the word will, you hear will as in willpower, as in something that is given to someone as in a will. The connection with Will in the series, you notice that when 11 was talking about the upper and the downer, when she flipped the Dungeon Dragon board upside down, it was black. She held the wizard and she said Will, and she placed the wizard on the board. Why did she do that? Will, that from what we know, don't have no powers and abilities. 11 do. But it's cold talk because the 3 represent 1. Lucas, as I explained to you, Lucas is in connection to Lucifer. They cold talking. L-U-C, Lucas, and then A-S as an ass, as I explained to you. Dustin represent, like the movies, remember Batteries Not Included? The superintendent who was over the apartment had a disability. Daddy thinking like he was slow, but he was sharp in the mother. He was the
Father of the extraterrestrial space being.
The extraterrestrial babies, real spit. Go back, watch me breaking down that on my decoding of Batteries Not Included. And then also in Superman series on Netflix, Superman's son had ADHD. And I think they say he was 14. They never said no numbers. But you notice that 14 is also included and implemented in Stranger Things. But Superman's son had ADHD. He had, all this energy inside of him. Who else had, remember, now, Dustin, they say Dustin has like some type of, his condition, I have to put it in here, where his teeth become baby-like, and his head, he has a disability. I forget the name of it. It's like Mouse syndrome, something like that. And who else had a disability? You see? O, in the movie Home, where Rihanna starred in it, O, they says, has a disability. Yeah, so not only do we have O, the superintendent from Batteries Not Included, Stranger Things, and there is somebody else.
See the coded message when it says Stranger Things. Think about it. What is a stranger? Anything that is of the unordinary or that which is unusual. So when we say stranger things, we talking about a thing that is a stranger or a thing that is not of this planet. So the stranger things are those things which is strange but unusual, like those with these gifts and abilities or these forces that they call extraterrestrial, unidentified objects or whatever names they want to give them. That's considered to be strange. So instead of saying that, the term is used stranger things, or a stranger with the things of abilities, these abilities that they consider to be things. And now, when they show them on their journey, right, there's in phases and steps that they speak about that, right? So let's talk about that phase, because we'll notice that they start talking about the compass. You notice that. They start talking about the compass, and then you see them traveling. They're on the railroad, you see? And it states here, the square and the compass is a Masonic iconic symbol of Freemasonry. But let's go down, because the compass already mentioned. Now we get into traveling, and this is what they doing. And you would notice that Dustin is going to have a shirt in the series dealing with that travel. I think it says traveling or exploration or something like that, exploring. Being a traveling man or a traveler is a Masonic term for a Freemason who journeys to the lodge. I can make this up. So this is dealing with travel. You'll notice that they were walking the railroad to start and identify with traveling. And they showing the boy, both of them, the black and the white, to identify with the polarities of dark and light, the yin and the yang, heading in that direction. Behind them is the girl, L, and the other boy. The connections of them two is how this portal was open with masculine and feminine energy of someone who's in Wisconsin, having these powers and abilities to travel, teleport. That's why they showing this wall pond, the shirt of Dustin, who discovered the compass in the direction of the sun rising in the east and the west, as he was saying. The sun rise in the east and set in the west. But listen, Dustin discovered this to identify with where the direction of this portal is. The wall pond, you see it, W-A-U-P-A-N, and they have the ram horns over the A. Now, the same light bulbs are used in Stranger Things, the codes that's been used to speak on how they are trying to communicate on the wall, which represents the veil. She is he in connection to Will, and Batteries Not Included. Remember, Harry was the one who gave the green Christmas light bulb to the extraterrestrial spaceship. It didn't want it from no one else but Harry. You see? And the thing about it is, the same symbolism is also included in Stranger Things. See, you see Harry? They want it from Harry, holding the green one. These same lights. You know when Rihanna did the song, The Lights, with her and Kanye West, turn off the lights. I forget how it go, but you get it. Up on is Waupun, Wisconsin. Now, Waupun, Wisconsin is 101 hour and 16 minutes from Milwaukee. Okay, this is important because the buck, the ram, that deer is dealing with Milwaukee bucks. It's coded. We talking about the buck. We talking about someone that's in Milwaukee. Because as the scene gets more intrinsic and deeper as we go into Stranger Things, it's going to code where this portal is and more codes to identify, well, what this buck is. Okay? Now they're heading in the direction to where this portal, this gate is. Let's go. And they're both holding compasses. Keep that in mind. He says, how do you know when we get to the gate? Here's the giveaway. You think a portal to another dimension is going to be pretty obvious. They telling you that there's a portal open. That someone here has this ability to open portals. His name is Cody. With the buck. The horns of Amen over the A. You see, they have L11 looking like a boy.
They shaved off the head of this girl to represent the boy. Remember I was telling you about the polarity? The left brain and right brain, the masculine and feminine, to show the connection that one had with the female and how the female had a connection with the one. Why do you think they had her looking like a boy? You'll see a lot of these connections in a lot of these movies because it's cold talk. You see, because there's certain part of people's brains that identify with your right side of your brain and left side of your brain. Her gifts and her abilities was tied into trauma and experience with her. They wanted her to be able to tap into these realms. This is what she was doing. This is why the so-called pawpaw was training her to be able to open up her gifts and her abilities. Her pawpaw. You ain't seen Stranger Things, you gotta see it, man. You gotta see it to really gas these codes, and I'm gonna break a lot of these signs down as the ancient ones allow me to. You see? You'll notice the connection to Stranger Things, the boy and the girl is the same connections to alien planet, alien Earth or whatnot, where she, remember, I broke that down to you, where her body of this kid and aliens who was dying, who had a disability. She didn't have a disability, but it's like she had cancer, like she had some type of disability. I remember Dustin said the Stranger Thing, he's like, why are your hair like that? You got cancer? It ain't funny, but yeah, you know, certain type of kids don't have no filter. Kids be like, what's wrong with your breath? They be talking to older cats, they be like, damn. But in Aliens, the little girl was dying. She was bald head like the little girl, 11. The ancient was, correct me, it's Mike. Mike, because Mike name is Michael. He said, my name is Michael. And Michael is an angel. Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Darnell, all these L's is angel names. Because it's talking about a bloodline. This is why the connection in Alien Earth, Alien Planet on, that's not on Netflix. You got to watch that on Stars. I think it's on Stars. Prime. Yeah. She was bald head like the little girl 11 was. she was connected to her brother, and who her brother was the hermit. It's talking about Virgo. The connection between Michael, when she was 11, was explaining regarding Will, when she was saying that Will being a wizard. But all of them represent the power of 13, and 1 and 3 being 4. That's why they house, I think they said, I think the house address was 148 or something like that. But you will find 14 on through it. You see? Codes, man. Code lick in the flick. Pay attention.
Locked up, confined. And this agent scientist guy is supposed to be like it to her father, but her father figure. He means her no good. He just want to use her powers and abilities like most people in the government and most people, period. Using her psychic abilities to benefit their goal. And this man right here, you see the camera in the corner of this cell. You gotta ask yourself, why would they have this little girl looking like a boy, and then from a boy to a girl? Because we talking about ultra mind control is what they was doing and have been doing in past and even present in roundabout ways. But this girl just identified with this ability that we all have in unlocking the left side, right side of our brain, the masculine and the feminine side, to be able to use Elohim, the elder abilities of the ancient Elohims of the gods who placed these powers and abilities within us. Now y'all gonna notice that they're walking to the location and again they identify walking into this area to where this portal is. Look, you'll notice that. Walking in the direction to where this portal is, where all these cars is. And they emphasize them with Dustin. You see? Dustin represents the Wisconsin. This buck is where they see anybody could have held the compass, either one of them. Here's the code. You say the setting sun right there, we looped right back around. See the setting sun and they turn around and look at her. It's double talk. You dig what I'm saying? We talking about from the east to the west. And it says that in those latter days that the sun will rise in the west. We talking about a power here in the west is where we at. You see, the sun has already risen and is rising now here in the west with the energy of the rays, the energy of the Ra children. They looking at her because she represents what many people now are having these abilities to unlock these ancient powers and these abilities here in the West. Now, the black boy name is Lucas. You see, his name is spelled L-U-C-A-S, short for L-U-C, which is identified with Lucifer. And A-S is code for somebody's name. Everybody's names has its significance. All of them identify with somebody. Lucas is short for Lucifer, A-S as in the two letters in someone's last name. If you know, you know. You see? And he said, where's the direction of where this portal is? He said, here in the north. He said, no, I don't think it's the gate. He said, maybe the gate moved. He said, no, I don't think it's the gate. He says, you think it's something messing with the company? He say, no, it has to be like a super magnet. Then Lucas, this black boy, gonna turn and he gonna look at L11. He thinks she has something to do with it. See? The super magnet is identified with this super being, this super like man. You're gonna turn around, you're gonna look at her.
Maybe it's something here.
Look what he say. Look, he pointed at her. He say if she could slam doors with her mind, she can definitely screw up a compass. But he pointed to her. How many times did he point at? When they talk about this super magnet, this superman, this super being, this super one man, this super boys and girls. You see? Look what they show. They show her by, see, everything in the movie has its signs and its significance. They could have had her by anything and anywhere, but they have her by this bus and it says blue bird. Remember, I was explaining to you about the bird and who this bird is, and identifying the bird represent Heru horse, to identify with this bird man. While they talking and complaining, they code these signs. See, Hollywood know a lot more than what other people know. She couldn't just told us where the upside down was right away. He says she's like a stray dog. Screw you. She said, screw you, Lucas. I'm telling you, Lucas represent, man, if you know, you know. But he don't like the fact that, but her powers and abilities, she's pretty much been traumatized. She's afraid. She don't really realize just how powerful she is. And they figure that her powers and ability is stopping them from locating. See, wheel identified with the wheel. You know what happened? Wheel is missing. But whenever you have a wheel is something that's given to you, they're looking for wheel. This willpower and this will ability is also something that's given to one, and a lot of people who are tied in their wheels. It's designed to confirm that Waupun mascot is not a deer. Waupun, Wisconsin mascot, their colors are black and gold. It's warriors. It's not a deer. Now, to confirm this, you'll see. Look, Waupun High School is the Warriors. Waupun dealing with a duck, dealing with a bird. Nowhere is there a deer for Waupun, Wisconsin. See? That was a code that was placed there. The buck, Milwaukee Bucks. Let's go here. You'll see the Milwaukee Bucks are an American professional team based in Milwaukee. The Bucks complete in the National NBA as a member of the Central. The Bango Bucks refers to Bango, the beloved deer mascot of the NBA Milwaukee Bucks. It's how we got this symbol for the Milwaukee Bucks. Started by the announcer Eddie Ducentis. Yeah, I botched that name up. So this is our mascot, the Milwaukee Bucks.
Name, originally in France it is said as Doucette, or simply Doucette.
Spiritually, a compass symbolizes inner guidance, purpose, and finding your true path, representing trust and intuition and values to navigate life uncertainties, with north pointing to spiritual truth. That's where they're heading. They're heading north to spiritual truth or higher self. You see? And the four directions signifying balance and wholeness is four of them. And one girl. 3 boys and 1 girl. The power of 13. Giving power to 4. Signifying balance and wholeness. It's a metaphor for hope, security, independence, encouraging exploration, alignment with one's core beliefs. The spiritual meaning for Lucas means around, light, illumination, healing, spiritual understanding, derived from his Latin root for lux, which is also the code for Lucifer, like I told you. and associated with St. Luke, the beloved physician and author of the Gospel of Luke, symbolizing bringing truth and spiritual insight, especially to the physical spiritual body. This is what this boy Luke is. Lucifer, L-U-C, loose, as on the end of, as identifying with the lux, as in the luminosity, the light bearer. Now here where it all connects, you will notice in this movie, in this series, that she's gonna walk towards the what? This was soon after they showed Walpond, Wisconsin, and the deer. The connection with Dustin is the reason why you're gonna see this. Look, now they showing the deer. Now mind you, it has its connections. They code talking. Because what you're about to see soon after what's gonna end up happening is, what you're gonna see what's gonna happen is, they were walking on the railroad tracks to identify with travel. They could have been walking on the road. They could have been walking on the sidewalks. They could have been bicycling, but they chose them on a train track to identify with one having the ability to travel at fast speed, but it's double talking. Okay? Now, they come to this part showing the deer because the deer represent someone in Wisconsin. You see? Milwaukee, Wisconsin, to be exact. And if you haven't seen Strange Things, don't watch this, because what's going to happen next is the this entity, this force, this being is going to reach out and snatch the deer. Watch. What is going to snatch the deer? You see? Now this part is important because they're going to stop. She's going to stop and be led by the blood of the deer that was snatched. Where did it go? The deer and this force went inside of this tree. You know the reason why they're showing this tree, because it has this connection to whom this person is. Remember I was telling you about the ash tree. The first two letters in the end of L-U-C, of Lucas, the black boy, who's cold talking, connected to someone named, because the L-U-C is short, 3 letters of Lucifer, because L-U-C is 333. Yeah. If you study my teaching, the things I've been showing you and elevating your conscience to, you will understand that loose is 333. Loose, L-U-C-A-S, and ass is also connection to the last name for Ashley. Yeah. And it has this connection to the tree, because we're talking about the ash tree. Let me show you. Portal within the ash, the portal within the tree that was snatched. See, they didn't have to use the tree. They could have used the cave, the ground. You see? If you know, you know. You see, you would notice that she was on one side of oneself. You see, on the opposite side of the tree represent light and dark. See, the light side in which she was in, but she crawled within the tree within oneself, and she come out to a whole nother dimension, and being connected to the dimensions, being connected to these realms. She's going inside of the tree. You get it? She's wearing the red and blue. You already know what them colors identify with. You've been paying attention to ontology. The red and blue also represents its connection to the red blood, the blue blood. This is why when you seen Dustin was wearing red and blue. Red and blue is the color also identifying with the color of Superman, but the colors of that which you call evil and that which you call good, right? The villains wear red, okay? And how the superheroes from Spider-Man, even the Superman, wearing red and blue. You got to go back to mythology when I do the breakdown, the coding of what that means. But she's inside of this one tree, you see? And it's like, to be initiated, certain tribes, you have to be initiated to go through the mouth of a crocodile, come out the back end. Certain tribal traditions, you see? And you're going to see her going through the inside, okay? He's inside. And notice on the outside of the portal, you see like flakes, like it showed in the King Kong Godzilla Rise of the Empire, I forget the name of it. And how when the girl was in the school, there were orbs of light flicking around her in the classroom. And you see these light flakes, sprites, fairy-like dust on the opposite side of this realm, in this tree. Notice the bat, how the bat is angled in the opening of the womb. You see? Double talk, cold talk. And watch how the portal is only available for the women. Because the little girl, look what happens when the portal is open. Look what happens. When the portal is open, when two come together, what happens? You see it. They double talk. Ash tree. You see it. ASH is dealing with the ash tree. This is why they show the tree and the openings to identify with the portal being open. From this one, the connection to one connected to a higher source of one internal self connected with the necklace. What is this? What is special about the ash tree? Ash trees are known for their strong, flexible wood used in baseball bats. Now that go back to that buck again, dealing with Milwaukee Bucks, Milwaukee Brewers, and its connection. Tool handles, furniture, instruments, you get it. You get the rest. Remember the movie E.T., where E.T. and them was riding on their bikes? This scene is similar to E.T. And E.T. used his powers and levitated, except in this movie, in this series, she used her powers to levitate that truck over their head.